Alright folks, what's going on? It's your man Jay, and the video I promised you guys was the LG G8 versus one of my favorite camera setups, which is the HTC U11. So we're gonna do the footage. I'll do video front and rear, audio front and rear, and then we'll talk about it at the end of the video. And I want you to leave a comment after you've watched the entire video. Let me know what you think. Let's get it. All right, guys, so here is the HTC U11 versus the LG G8. Now, in another video, I was talking about on a live stream, I think it was, or just some other video, my full review. I don't remember what it was. I was telling you that I think that the G8 might get taken down by the HTC U11. I mean, what do you think? I personally feel like the G8 has some of the best cameras on the market, but I want to see a phone take it down. And what phone better not to try than the HTC U11, which was my top device. I think I already know that the G8 will lose to the front cameras, but this rear cameras, what do you think about that? Which one do you think is producing the colors to best liking for your eyes? This is all done in auto. No special filters, edits, or anything. What do you think about the rear cameras here? All right, guys, so here's the G8 and the HTC U11. Like I figured would happen, I feel like the HTC U11 is the much better front camera. And that should come as no surprise to you, because I felt like the G7, Moto G7 had the better camera. But the G8 is really nice. I've used it for plenty of vlogs and everything. The problem is when I put it next to another device sometimes, it doesn't matter how much it costs. What matters is that it's who's producing the best footage. And this is artificial. This is no artificial lighting. This is just outside on a gloomy day. And now I'm going to switch to some artificial lighting. All right, guys, so I'm indoors now in artificial lighting. I have LEDs going. What do you think about the front cameras on the HTC U11 and then the LG G8? We're going to talk about it, man. This is going to be a good one, and I think this is going to be a great comparison to show you that some phones, man, you know, they're going to always be great in the camera department. And it's pretty sad that the HTC line gets left behind solely because it's not being marketed, or it's just not being sold a lot. You know, people just don't have it in their hands. But the G8 is one of the new kings in the flagship era of 2019. But this phone, the U11, is still a boss. So be honest in your comments and your thoughts down below. Which cameras do you think are better? And now we're going to discuss it. I'm ready. All right, so there you have it. The footage came out pretty good. I caught it right before it was getting ready to rain, so I'm glad I got out there because it's a storm right now. Power just came back on. But nonetheless, the HTC U11 held its own. I personally think that, now let's state the obvious first. The audio on the G8 is just louder. Doesn't mean higher quality, just means louder. But I think the audio on the G8 is actually really good. It's really good. So can't deny that. HTC U11, when audio is compared to the G8, the audio is it's a little bit lower. You could tweak the audio on the HTC U11 to make it louder in post, which you can do with any phone. But just raw footage like I just gave you, the G8 is definitely louder. But the HTC U11 has a better tone to it, if you will. Now, as far as the rear camera footage, yeah, it's up to you what you prefer. I think the G8 once again held its own, and I think it's a close race on the rear cameras are too close to call for me. But the front cameras, in natural lighting, I feel like the HTC U11 does better, meaning no sunlight. No artificial lighting. Just regular sunlight or just regular daylight. I think the HTC U11 is a lot better. Now, in artificial lighting, when I look at it, the G8 has detail, but it looks a little washed at times, or not washed, I shouldn't say, it's bright, I should say. It's a little bit brighter and doesn't reflect the actual skin tone as good, or does as well as the G8. Audio, again, is a little bit louder on the front, it appears, for the HTC U11, but still not as loud as the the LG G8. Ultimately, you know, LG. I mean, I know the HTC U11 is like 2 years old, but I would still pick that phone for vlogs and depending on situations, man, and use it for videos. It's that good. I think the 60 frames per second footage on the HTC U11 is better than the G8. It's smoother. It's got a smoother flow to it than the G8. So overall, man, both of these cameras are really good. I would really have liked to compare the HTC U12, but I don't have a 12 anymore. That was sent to me on loan, and I had to send it back. You know, the HTC U11 did really good. I mean, what do you think, man? Which one do you like? I'm just telling you from what I see when I look at the footage afterwards. I think the G8 actually did really good with the front-facing video in that artificial lighting. I didn't even do portrait video or anything like that because, you know, the HTC U11 doesn't have anything like that. But just raw footage as I gave it to you, I think the G8 has some fantastic cameras, man. It's just, you know, in order to pull all that you can out of your G8, you might need to turn on that manual video and get busy like that. Who knows? Leave your comment down below. Let me know what you think about the LG G8 versus the HTC U11. 2-year-old phone, man. Still getting it in. It's your man Jay. I'm out.